Welcome back to Outnumbered. Well, as Hillary Clinton visits first primary state, New Hampshire today, a new challenge to her campaign, a book called Clinton Cash, due out in May. The New York Times reporting that it's an investigation into donations made to the Clinton Foundation by foreign entities. The author reportedly asserts that donors received favors in return. Some examples: a free trade agreement in Colombia that benefited a donor's investments there, development projects in the aftermath of the 2012 earthquake in Haiti, and more than $1 million in payments to Bill Clinton by a Canadian bank and shareholder in the Keystone Pipeline around the time that the project was being debated in the State Department. Now, a Clinton campaign spokesman telling the New York Times it will not be the first work of partisan-fueled fiction about the Clintons' records, and we know that it will not be the last. Okay, nice try on that one, Jedediah, but this book is set to be a huge bombshell. Okay, so from 2001 to 2012, the couple that claims to be dead broke raised about $136.5 million. And here's the kicker, and this is from the New York Times. They say that even though they're going to try and dismiss this book as propaganda, Clinton Cash, the name of the book, is potentially more unsettling because its focused reporting and major news organizations are going to pursue specific storylines in the book. Yeah. This could be a huge bombshell, says the New York Times.
It could, and the New York Times is already talking about it. Media is going to have to cover it. And Schweizer, I know him. I've worked with him in the past. He's an amazing guy. He is an investigative guy. Believe me, this book is going to be well researched. There's going to be a lot of information in here that the media can't ignore. So basically the message here is if you donate to the Clinton Foundation or if you pay Bill Clinton good money to come speak, then you will get a favor. So now we need to dig into Hillary's policy, and we need to look if any of that policy that was implemented while she was Secretary of State favored individuals that gave money to her husband or that gave money to her foundation, and what the implication of that would be. But I'll tell you this, the media is not going to ignore this. They are not huge fans of Hillary, and this is the kind of stuff that drives the media wild, that if it were a Republican, they would go crazy for. And if it is, and they will go crazy here too. I guarantee you have left-wing media going nuts on this story.
Our two money people in the middle of the couch.
Okay, so what you're saying is that they have to show the connection, and that's what we've been waiting for all along, and that's what he says he has done through records. I mean, this is a New York Times best-selling investigative journalist who has done so many other works on the Stock Act. He's done stuff on super PACs. He is the guy to get it done. But we all said when we were looking at this foundation that it's going to take somebody who has the time to devote their full time to going through and looking through every donation and looking through the timeline of what was done at the time and really connecting the dots for the American public, right?
And making it about something other than businesses. I mean, that's important, but tying it to these governments who have a long history, have a long history of human rights violations and so on and so forth, sponsoring terrorism. I will say this, though, 186 pages he could do this in. Her book, Hard Choices, was 656.
You know why?
I just thought it was.
Well, you know why? Because it sounds like these weren't any hard choices. We'll give you $1 million and you guys push something through for us. That's an easy choice for the Clintons.
This is not going to be 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You talk about connecting dots. It'll be one dot. Oh, yeah, I see the connection, okay? It's just putting it out there. It's just putting it out there. Why is it so hard for Hillary? Why is it really a big thing? Besides the fact that that it flunks the smell test. Here's the thing. Think about the last 3 people who lost in the run for the White House. They were all deemed to be rich for the wrong reasons. Kerry windsurfing because he married a rich woman. McCain married a rich woman. Mitt, even though he made his own wealth, the stigma that he got it from his father, I think hurt them.
I disagree with you. I don't think it's about wealth.
I think it hurt them with Main Street.
I think it's what Harris said. No, I think we've been waiting for that to happen with the Clintons, and it never has.
I'm talking about for presidential candidates. This right here.
This idea of a lack of transparency.
And buying influence, a foreign government that we are not friends with, buying influence secretively, that is something that the American public won't stand for.
And it speaks to the issue of special treatment with Hillary Clinton, because remember, with the whole email server thing, the State Department, the White House, certain people knew about it, but apparently she got special treatment / a pass.
But also, have they no shame? I mean, when the Clintons do something, they do it big. They don't just delete 2 emails. They have their own server and delete over 30,000. Now, they just don't take a little bit of potential bribes, as this alleges. They're taking millions and millions of dollars. And I have a source telling me, too, that if you dig deeper in this book, it documents how he was flown around on jets to broker deals in these governments that his wife was doing diplomatic business with. That is crazy.
Congressman Rand Paul says it is breaking news.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. Sure. And this weekend, FNC will be airing a special Fox News reporting The Tangled Clinton Web, anchored by our own Brett Baer. Now, Fox has an exclusive television interview with the author of that book we were just telling you about, Clinton Cash, as well as plenty of original reporting. Trust me, you don't want to miss it, and we'll bring you the dates and times as soon as they're set.
Well, we've got more talk on Hillary now, because meantime, as Hillary arrives in New Hampshire, the state that gave her first presidential campaign a second wind in 2008, three of her biggest potential rivals laying out their own strategies for defeating the former Secretary of State. Former Virginia Senator Jim Webb insisting voters are looking for someone new, while Senator Bernie Sanders is hitting out at Clinton's Wall Street record, saying she won't go to bat for the middle class. And former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley touting his own leadership record during an appearance on CBS's Face the Nation yesterday.
I guided our state through this recession, and I did so with results that actually matter. The highest median income in the country, middle class that is upwardly mobile, greater participation and fuller participation of my citizens in the economic, social, political life of our state.
All right, come on now. I mean, Harris, I know you were watching my face.
I'm laughing at you.
You're laughing
because
at me.
Every time Martin O'Malley opens his mouth, you give him a side eye. What's going on, Jedediah?
There is no way on God's green earth that this man is going to beat Hillary. And I know that, and she knows that. And I think Hillary sitting back right now is looking at these people and saying, have fun. You don't pose a threat at all. Do you think she's nervous right now?
Well, I look at you and Charles, and you're both giggling. The Saturday Night Live skit even had him in it, remember? Yeah. And Hillary started laughing. I mean, he gets you guys to giggle.
The only person I think, Elizabeth Warren, I think Elizabeth Warren could clean her clock.
And I
really do think
she could beat her.
You think she's going to run?
I think she could beat her.
I do. First of all, I took Martin O'Malley. We took his photo down in the street here in front of Fox News in New York City for my show on Fox Business to see who could recognize him.
Right.
One person kind of got it. They were like, I don't know his name, but he's a governor.
And his name rhymes with Martin O'Sally.
Yeah, no one got it. And I think it really speaks to the Clintons. It's like, they're not going to let anyone near the hoop this time. Don't take any chances. That last guy snuck up on us and took it away. Don't let anyone near this. I do still think that Elizabeth Warren is sitting back and she's just waiting for either this book to blow up, something to happen, and she's ready to get in, but she's not going to burn herself before then. There just has to be some huge.
You guys see the current issue of Time Magazine and Elizabeth Warren, one of the most influential people who wrote the bio.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, I'll do anything. Stay out of the race, please.
Right. But you know what? I want to ask you, Andrea, about Warren, because I look at Elizabeth Warren and I see, okay, that's someone that could get the hard left to vote for her. Academia would love her, but I don't see widespread appeal there, and I don't think she's terribly charismatic. She's no Barack Obama when it comes to delivery.
I agree. She could cause a lot of problems with the base. But in a general, not so much. I really think that Hillary Clinton's worst enemy is Hillary Clinton. Yeah. It's herself. It's her unlikability. She's not likable. She's not sincere. She's not a good candidate. Last week showed her rollout was terrible. I mean, you have even liberal commentators on the Sunday shows yesterday watching them saying this rollout was a failure. She doesn't connect with voters. And so I think if Republican candidates can not stick their foot in their mouth and they can really put up some kind of cogent defense of why they should be elected, I think Hillary could do herself in on her own.
Yeah, I keep saying, guys, let Hillary be Hillary, and she will sink the ship. Also, you got to be good, though. All right, backlash forcing a high school principal to apologize and pull an event where girls were urged to wear Muslim headscarves or full body covers to school. The firestorm it sparked from those who questioned the real reason behind the event. Coming up next.